This is the Pocket Monster Manual. I'm Wooly Chandler, here with Raisin Bran.
This is definitely a sheep.
Specs.
This is definitely a dragon.
And Rusty.
This is definitely fabulous.
And we're talking about Ampharos.
This is why I say dragon. Its name is literally Electric Dragon in Japanese, but it's not dragon type, but they gave it a mega that's dragon type. What's going on with this?
Glorious flowing anime hair.
Complete with Dragon Balls.
Also, I love in the Kensuke Mori drawing, he has this kind of majestic stature, but then he has these penguin flappers at his side.
Yeah, it now has fins. Like an aquatic.
It looks like penguin fins.
The big problem I've got with Ampharos from Marip is if you were to put this and Marip next to each other, I don't think you'd be able to say these things are related, other than maybe the horns and the bulb on its
And
tail.
Vaguely the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very difficult to see this as a sheep. If you were to present this to someone, they wouldn't immediately think this was a sheep, would they?
It doesn't need to be a
This thing looks more like a penguin than a sheep.
It does look like a dragon, actually.
Kinda.
I'm kind of fine with it. It's not an animal, it's a monster ultimately.
Yep.
Yeah, true. I just feel like there's not a good theme between these. And I think it's a shame because Marip starts off so good. And I like Ampharos. I like how it looks, but I like how it is on its own, not as part of its family, you know?
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I think I like how the Mega kind of brings back the fluff a bit.
He's no longer bald.
Yeah.
There's a great image of Ampharos sitting in a loaf.
Yes.
Oh, where is that?
That's a
Yes,
good
that's a good
picture.
one.
So Ampharos is somehow ends up on my team every time I play through a Gen 2 game, being the original or the remakes. The problem with it, look at its base speed.
Yeah, it's rough.
And it's such a slow Pokemon.
I think I also used it in original Gold. It wasn't that good.
I feel like Ampharos is one of those like staple mons that almost everybody has used at some point because he's in a lot of games, and when in the games he's in, he's always good. Because even these days, his move pool is so deep that he just finds his way in a lot of teams and is a good like early game mon.
I guess the Mega Evolution as well for the newer games makes him quite good as well, probably.
I never tried it out, actually.
Yeah, I've never tried Mega Ampharos, but I know he gets slower, I think.
Even slower?
When he megas. Yeah, he gets 10 points slower when he megas.
It gets even slower. Yeah, it gets cut by like almost 20%.
It's a lot of hair, man.
lot of air resistance.
Ampharos is the lighthouse Pokemon as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It actually plays a part in the plot of Gold and Silver.
Oh yeah,
the first time I played it, I couldn't differentiate the name between Ampharos and the lantern fish thing. What's it called?
Lantern?
Just called Lantern.
Is it the evolved?
Lantern is the evolved one, yeah. I forget you had to like relearn all the Pokemon names in English.
Well, Ampharos's tail is supposed to light up like a beacon, isn't it? That's the whole kind of point of the ball on its tail. But you go get some medicine or something from one of the islands, don't you, to give it to the one in the lighthouse? Oh, I like that the shiny on this one has the same color as Flaffy. That's good.
Oh yeah,
it's pink
again.
It's kind of an unappealing pink though. It's like a kind of a stale grape.
The Gen 2 shiny is very interesting. It's not a color you see very often in Pokemon. It's like a grayish.
And a very, very bright yellow for the base color.
School bus yellow.
Yep.
And that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah.
I like it. It's good. I've got a personal story about it, which is that I had an Ampharos in silver, and one day it disappeared after my sister had been playing on my game, and she denies releasing it. But I know.
Oh no!
I know.
Never give your Pokemon games to siblings.
She was always releasing my Pokemon. She was like, "Well, what does released Charizard mean?" And I was like, "Turn that shit off. Do not save."
I've had my saves overwritten by children at least once.
Oh yeah, same.
No.
They changed the method of save overriding from the 4th generation, I think, because when I got
good idea.
When I got Heart Gold and Soul Silver, whichever one I got, I think I got Heart Gold. I played about an hour and a half of the game and then went to save, and it was like, you can't. I was like, what? And because I got it secondhand, I couldn't save without deleting the original save. So I was like, shit, I've just lost like an hour and a half of playtime. Whatever.
Well, I'm still glad they changed it.
I'll take that over having my save potentially lost.
Yeah. Do you remember how long it took to save back on Diamond and Pearl?
Oh my god. Saving a lot of data would take like minutes.
Like a minute.
These games are unoptimized to hell and back. Jesus.
It's Game Freak. What do you expect?
Well, they save really well these days, despite them not being very well optimized.
Game Streak was still good back in Diamond and Pearl. Like,
yeah,
they're still pretty credible.
Gen 4, the DS days are, I think, the best days for Pokemon.
Gen 4.
Yeah, I
Gen
agree.
5
Heart Gold Soul Silver is my favorite game in Pokemon.
They are the highest rated games, I believe.
Yeah, definitely my favorites.